Hey, thanks for joining the Jaw Live channel. I appreciate it. I am, of course, Jaw, and we are working towards the 100 live guitar practice streams. So today actually makes day 73. So again, just thank you everybody for joining. I greatly do appreciate that. I'm stoked that I just keep, laying these bricks, and eventually I'll get to day 100, and yeah, we'll celebrate then. But yeah, anyways, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we'll be getting into some, some major and minor scales and some arpeggios and things like that, but with the focus around finger picking. You know, I know how to do, I know how to do. I'm not super great, but I understand the patterns and what to do for the major and minor scales. And, I understand arpeggios, when I make my chord shapes, and how if I just play one string at a time, you play the arpeggio, the broken chord is what that means. You play one string at a time. I understand how to do that as well, but typically I use a pick. I use this pick here. Typically this one's 1.0 millimeters. So I have a whole drawer of them, a bunch of them up there. So all in different thicknesses. I typically use that one. It's about 1 millimeter. But yeah, we're going to get into those exercises, but the focus is going to be around finger picking rather than using the actual pick. So if you're into music, you like guitar, you like all things music, concerts, you go to festivals, things like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a little icon down here in the corner, so make sure you click on that and hit subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And then yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into the exercises today. As always, you know me, I like to challenge you as well. Don't just watch the video. Pick up your guitar with me. Try to see what I'm doing, and at least get a notepad out. I also put in the pinned comment section below my video, not the details, but the actual pinned comment. I put a list of notes there, so make sure you check that out always in all the videos. It has the detailed explanation of the exercises and what I'm doing for the day, just to have things kind of explained, typed out, because these are just straight raw videos, straight from YouTube Live. So I don't do all the cool transitions and graphics and things like that. That'll be, for videos later to come. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this. So we know the major and minor scales by this point. So again, with the major scale, the easy one to remember is the C. C major and A minor are the easy ones to remember because they have no sharps, no flats. So again, C major, A minor are the easy ones to remember with no sharps, no flats. So you can go find your C note with your middle finger, 8th fret, 6th string. And then you just want to use your fingers again, because we're doing focused on our finger picking. So again, just real quick to mention what finger is responsible for what strings. The thumb is going to be responsible for strings 6 and 5. Our index finger is going to be mainly responsible for strings 4, middle finger 3, ring finger string 2, pinky string 1. So pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, thumb. Okay, going the other way. Thumb, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. So that's what finger is responsible for what string. Typically, just rule of thumb, right? Every scenario is different. You can play some certain songs that you might need to switch that up and break that rule, but that's just the general rule of thumb. So using that rule of thumb, we will run the C major scale. So thumb, 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 index, index. got a little carried away there. But yeah, just using the fingers, finger picking, staying within this C major scale here. Again, it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So that's why I say C major and A minor are easy to remember, because it's just alphabetical order. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Or if it's the A minor scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it doesn't get much more simpler than that. You don't have to remember which ones are sharps, which ones are flats. So just once you know that pattern with your fingers. Okay, so once you understand what that pattern is, you can move it anywhere on the neck of the guitar and you're playing that major scale. So you can move it just a half step away and run that scale, and you're playing the B major scale now. You don't even have to know what notes they are, you just have to know what the pattern is in your hand. So again, run the major scale with the finger picking. Okay, so that's the B major scale. If I slid it way up here, for example, this would be the C major scale. Again, you don't have to even know what the notes are per se. If you have the stickers on there, that's great. I highly recommend those if you're a beginner. But even if you don't know what the notes are, because maybe in the G major scale there's some sharps and some flats, so it's like, which ones are sharps and flats? As a beginner, that's hard to memorize. The A major scale, the B major scale, the C major scale. Memorize all these different things. As a beginner, it just takes time. So, as in not just weeks but months. It takes months of time, years really. But so again, you don't need to know what the notes are per se, but as long as you know how to do that pattern, that finger pattern, and run the scale with your fingers, then you're good to go. So again, the G major scale, I don't know the note makeup per se of all 7 notes, but I do know how to run the scale. So it starts with the middle finger, pinky, 5th string, index, middle, pinky, 4th string, index, ring, pinky, 3rd string, index, ring, pinky, 2nd string, middle, pinky, 1st string, index, middle. Then run it in reverse. So, see? Same pattern. D major scale. So anywhere I slide it, I'm playing the major scale. So pretty cool how one pattern teaches you every single major scale. All right, so we're just going to freestyle, kind of play around in that, try to get the right hand synced up with the left hand, and kind of moving around here for a little bit. And again, I know this might not sound super pretty or what have you, but that's not the point right now. We're just learning some fundamentals. We're just trying to, kind of visualize and understand what the major and minor scales are. We're trying to synchronize this hand with this hand and, get things calibrated so that way everything, kind of happens simultaneously and not, one after the other and things like that. So it's important that we learn how to, just kind of crawl and walk around this thing, at least in my opinion. That's how I'm approaching learning this instrument. Learn a bunch of little things, learn a bunch of techniques and things like that. And then I'll try to practice some songs. I tried to practice songs early on and I just, would practice for 2 or 3 minutes and get frustrated because my fingers hurt or the song was too hard. I didn't know how to do this shape. My fingers weren't fast enough to do lead. I couldn't do rhythm, couldn't do any of it. So now I'm taking a step back. I'll just practice some fundamentals, really figure out how to just kind of crawl around this thing, and then maybe some songs will actually be able to come later down the line. But right now we're just working on these major and minor scales and this finger picking, mostly right now in the C major scale, again, because that's the easiest one to remember. C major and A minor, just straight alphabetical order. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or A minor is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So no sharps, no flats. So we're just playing around in this shape to get our fingers to be synced up. These fingers over here might actually start getting a little calloused up as well, doing all of this finger picking, but that's all right. It's not as bad as this hand was, that's for sure. Constantly doing the pressure, but I could see how, if he was doing, something a bunch, a fast song or a really repetitive song using, just a couple fingers, I could see how these will get chewed up pretty quickly. But that's why we practice it, right? To get our fingers used to it, get it calloused, let it know it's all right. itch. Get a sip of water right quick. I spill it in my face. If I sip too fast. Let's get back into this. Just again playing within that major scale. Actually, I didn't realize how much time we're in. We're going to switch over to the minor scale, which is here. Find the A note on the 5th fret of the 6th string. So here. So we'll start there, and remember it's the A minor scale. So that's the easy one to remember with no sharps, no flats. You just go in alphabetical order, going A, B, C, 5th string, D, E, F, 4th string, G, A, 3rd string, C, D, 2nd string, E, F, G, I don't know. Looking upside down. I think I got it mixed up, but oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. E, F, and G, and then A, B, and C. There we go. There we go. We're in the A minor scale. I was thinking back to C major there for a split second, but no, that's the A minor scale. Just again, starting here, 5th fret, 6th string. And it just goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So the finger pattern, index, ring, pinky, index, ring, pinky, index, ring, slide down a fret, index, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, index. And go in reverse. Okay. So now let's just play in that with finger picking. Okay. All right, just keep playing with it in that A minor scale. Again, on the third string here, it has that weird jog where you have to take a half step down, but then once you get back to the second string, it kind of comes back into play on the fifth frets there. Just be mindful of this step back here. And you slide back into place. My neck sure is going to be hurting. Constantly looking down at this neck. If I could just look away sometimes and relax this shoulder and this neck and these muscles back here. I feel like I always got to stare down at this thing, and I don't have to. I know what the finger pattern is. Just playing around. again, once you know that A minor scale, slide that anywhere you want. And you know every minor scale. You know the B minor scale, C minor scale, D minor scale, E minor scale, F minor scale, and the G minor scale, right? You just go here, you run that same finger pattern. You might not know what the note makeup is of the G minor scale, but you know how to do the finger pattern, right? We just did it so many times here on this A here. We know it. So just keep playing around in that for a little while. Just making sure we're practicing our finger picking too. So we got to be conscious of this hand. Remember, the thumb is responsible for strings 5 and 6. Index is responsible for strings 4. Middle finger is responsible for strings 3. Ring finger is responsible for string 2. And pinky is responsible for the first string, the high E string. Okay. Remember, we know that minor pattern. We can slide it all the way down here, for example. Let's run the D minor pattern. We don't know what the note makeup is, maybe, but we know what the fingers are supposed to do. We know what that pattern is. So as long as we run that pattern, we'll get the D minor scale. Okay. Let's run the G minor scale. So that's the major and minor scales. Just ran those quite a few times. Focused on the hand pick, finger picking as well. So pick is on the table, just using our fingers. So should have a little bit better understanding of the major and minor scale now, and have a little bit more repetition with these fingers over here. So trying to build the finger style technique. So practicing all kinds of different styles. Got finger style, got hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, all kinds of different things that I'm practicing. Make sure you check out my other videos if you haven't. Also, if you're not subscribed, there's a little icon over here in the corner, I believe, that you can click on, and you can make sure you're subscribed. I would greatly appreciate that. I would love to see my subscribers, start climbing. That would be beautiful. Also, if you haven't commented, make sure you leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I love the feedback. Help me grow. Let me know about the sound. Let me know about the lighting. Let me know about the sound of the guitar. Let me know about the aesthetics. Let me know about whatever you'd like. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the constructive criticism. Be kind always, right? As I'm learning the guitar and things like that. But no, I want to hear from you. So please comment below. I make sure to read all of them and respond to everybody. So I'd appreciate seeing some comments down there. Also, last but not least, as I'm stretching out my hand before we get into the next half of this video, I would also appreciate if you hit that like button. So, I'd appreciate it. There's a lot of time and effort and energy that goes into these videos. So if you could, be so kind just to hit that like button, that would be a blessing. So, but all right, now that I've stretched out my fingers and I've gave that little shameless plug there, let's go ahead and jump back into the real reason that we're here, which is obviously playing the guitar. So we're through the major and minor patterns. So now what I want to do is practice some arpeggios. So I'm going to just throw out some, random chords, but rather than using the pick and, plucking all the strings that are necessary, I'm just going to use my fingers to continue some finger picking. So this whole hour lesson is about finger picking. We're just switching from major and minor scales to actual chord shapes, full-on chords. So I'll make the chord shape, whatever it might be, and then depending on what string, what finger is responsible for what string. So again, thumb is responsible for strings 5 and 6. Pinky is responsible for the first. Ring finger is responsible for the second string. Middle finger is responsible for the third string. And your index finger is responsible for the fourth string. So. So again, we're just making random chord shapes and then just playing the arpeggio of it. So rather than stroking all the strings all at once, we're playing, one string at a time. Arpeggio means broken chord. So rather than playing all the strings at the same time, you play them broken out. You play them one string at a time. So that's all I'm doing here for the last remainder part of the video. Just building in that repetition. It takes, thousands and thousands of repetitions to, get comfortable doing, certain techniques and certain things. So just repping it out, getting used to my finger picking, getting used to doing arpeggios, getting used to doing, various chord shapes. So various practice techniques and various things that I'm practicing here technically. So just trying to get that feel for it, right? Everything feels weird. So my fingernail just got caught up underneath one of the nails. So yeah, just everything takes some getting used to. So just trying to rep everything out, get a little bit more comfortable than I was, last time. Okay. So a C shape here with the bar chord. All right. It's going to be a wrap on today's hour practice session. That's day 73 in the books. So thank you all so much for joining. I greatly appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't commented, please leave a comment below. It gets a community of like-minded speaking, and also hit that like button for your friend here. That would be greatly appreciated. And I think there's probably some like floating videos on the screen by now. So you can click this one to continue, checking out the entire catalog of the 100 videos that I'm building here, or the subsequent video in the series would be floating here. So I appreciate the support. If you continue watching, that would be much love. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. I'm out of here. Peace, and I love you. I'll catch you in the next video, guys. See ya. I'll be waiting, ladies and gals, and guys and gents and boys and girls and everybody. I'll be waiting. Love you. Peace out. See ya.